Keep your eye on the tape, cause the ones that never give just proceed and they thank you. Smile but they fake you. I know when it's fake, it ain't hard to tell when they only want pain. Thinking like lanes, always with the weight. If I drop the night sky at you, will be shaking. I can spell it out in the stars when you fade.
What's going on? We're back here again in church with your boys. Gonna do something a bit different today. Not something different, but you know, off what we've been normally doing. Chest, lats and arms. What I normally do is push, pull, legs, and then nowadays I've sort of like incorporated day because I want to do classic, and obviously I want to build my upper chest and you know, etc. My arms especially. Dedicated day to chest, lats and arms. So yeah, we'll just crack on, mate. Fuck it, we'll do a bit of posing, and yeah, we'll break down some of the movements. Let's get it, man. Right, so we are starting off on the infamous incline, because in classic, your upper chest is quite important. So yeah, we normally do Smith machine, but the Smith machine is not available. Stick a little band on it. You've probably seen from the other videos. Probably not actually, but yeah. So I'll get the upper chest. Yeah, we'll talk through the movement. It's a bit heavy, so I don't know if I'll be able to talk, but yeah, line it up like that. Probably take about 3 seconds on the way down. Pause. Proper stretch. Obviously not for that long. That's a fucking ridiculous amount of time. That's it. A bush. Still warming up here. So probably go for about 8. I've lost count though. Uh-oh. Jesus. Guy looks like a paedophile. Yeah, we'll make this our first fucking set. I always try and leave like 2 reps in the so that'll be my first working set. I normally do like 2 or 3. For this one I'll probably do 2. But yeah, I try and leave 2 reps left in the tank just so I'm not too fatigued when I do try and push a little bit more weight. So we'll take the 10s off, put the 20s on. Hopefully it won't be overly fatigued for it. I got 8 out on that with 2 left in the bank, so take a bit of rest now. Should maybe get 8 reps on this one as well. But I'll definitely be shooting for like 10. But yeah, this will be the last working set of the incline. It's not going up. Just fucking twatting myself in the head. Jesus. Right, so because we do like a chest, lats, arms setup, obviously hit the upper chest over there. This is going to hit them obviously in the middle of the chest. I'm not going to directly hit the lower chest. I'm more so going to go on the like push downs, or yeah, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But that will hit the lower chest by doing that. So I would have hit all 3 parts of the chest today. So yeah, after this we'll do a bit of back, go on to some rowing maybe.
Hey.
for this one, it's quite like a low row. But the principle for this sort of coaching cue is the same throughout rows in general, on a machine more so. So you're seated, chest is against it. You want to tuck your hips forward, contract your abs. That's why it's important before like a pull day or anything like that. It's important to warm up your abs. Obviously, I haven't done it, but anyway. So yeah, tuck the hips. Then as you're going through, I don't know if you can hear me because the microphone's against this, but obviously hips are tucked, lats are like fully extended there, taking all the weight, and that's as far as I can go. And I'll pull it back, hold it for a second, squeeze it, and then slow on the way down, fully extending. If you have to lean forward slightly, do it, but don't crunch back when you go back. Literally just hold it, let your arms do the work, or your back do the work really. And yeah, that's how you row. And it's important as well. I mean, in terms of like strappage, if you go up to a certain weight, obviously you're going to be using your biceps more so than anything, no matter how strong your biceps are. So it's important to use one of these. I don't know how it will stick on there, but literally just, if you have to do single arm, do it. Pull it in, keep your elbows nice and tucked. It sounds a lot more complex than it is, but as long as you keep your hips tucked, fully extend, fully flex, sensible weight, you're fine. Add some weight, let's do it. Advice from the man with the worst biceps in the world, right? So it's still a point that I'm working on as such, but this is something that's played a massive part in trying to get them bigger anyway. Bear with. If you can't hack what I've just done there in terms of like getting a connection with your bicep there, or like if your front delt's taken over, or if it's just your forearms, just step forward, bring your elbows back, and just do like a drag curl up. And your elbows can go back, it doesn't matter. You'll feel like a massive connection in your biceps. And I mean, mine got a little bit bigger. I don't know why the music went quiet as soon as I was explaining something. But my biceps got like a little bit bigger from doing that. And obviously eventually you can move on to stepping away from it a little bit, putting your arms forward and putting all the tension on your bicep. You'll still get like a delt connection, you'll still get a forearm connection, but it won't be a massive problem if you're trying to build an all-round good arm. So that's a tip for you.
I got it cool. 14, the bitch get low. She tryna win. I beat her by the house. I beat her in. It's 40 in the couch. I let it spin. When it cars leave, better call leave. She a pop dollar. Car clean. I didn't want to smash that. I put the wrong in. They in this strip club instead of talking. The shawty out of click.
Boom. Right, here's what's happening. Go through some poses, some classic poses. I'm not going to bother doing all the front relax, all that shit. You probably know how to do that already. So here's some classic poses that I love. You can start off with a mantis. We've seen it before. 2 variations, that one or this one. You can transition it into loads of different things. So it's a beautiful pose. What you're gonna do, side on, one leg back, turn your hips slightly inwards. You don't wanna go all the way in because it looks ridiculous. So turn your hips slightly in. You don't have to tense your legs as much. This is a classic pose, and back in the day that they weren't, I mean, they probably did tense their legs, but not as much as nowadays. So try and flex your quads, flex your hamstrings, spike the calf, all that jazz. What's important is set your shoulders like this. So it's kind of like a side chest variation here. You have your chest sort of turned in slightly. Flex the whole arm, accentuate the tricep, bit of deltoid on. Bring the other arm up. You want to flex your wrists inwards, so you're flexing the forearm and you get like a nice juicy pump before you go on stage. Looks absolutely beautiful. So whack them up, or you can do this as well, depending on if you like your biceps or not. I don't, so I tend to go for that one. You want to make sure your chest is turned in, because otherwise you're just like that, you look a bit ridiculous. So there's 2 ways you can bring it up like that, or you can like that as well. Then from that, I'm going to archer pose into all different shit. So beautiful pose. Most muscular, so you've probably seen hands on hips, fucking flexing traps, all that shit. What a classic most muscular is pretty much, ignore the bottom half just for a second, putting your hands behind your back like that, flexing the biceps, flexing the shoulders, bringing the shoulders slightly together, flexing the chest. Obviously I'm not topless at the moment, so you can't see, but and that is your top half. With the bottom half, if you're like me, you haven't got mad, you know, bodybuilder legs, I tend to put one leg in front of the other, sort of like move that adductor onto the other thigh, and then I don't fully extend my leg, I simply just lift it slightly so you get more of the upper portion of your quad, and simply hit that. You don't want to bring your shoulders too far inwards just because you look small. You want to sort of find that happy medium where you can still slightly see some lat. I suppose I'm getting a cramp now, so I'm going to stop.